Today, we're in the kitchen for just a few minutes. I have a lot of people want to know about this setup right here. So, I went shopping this morning to our little stash, and I picked up all the things I need to replenish all of this. Now, this is our oatmeal right here, and I vacuum seal the oatmeal when I get it. This is from Azure Standard. I take and buy a 25-pound bag, and I vacuum seal the oatmeal and put it in boxes. I have plastic totes that have seals around them that I put them in. So the oatmeal comes from Azure Standard, and it will fill that up right there. We will open it, put it in there. All right, the rest of this, now these two, I have one that has popcorn. You can see this one back here is popcorn. We're almost out of popcorn. These are ball canisters. They have this plastic insert in here to keep things from getting in and out, and it just slides down on top. Now, popcorn is something that we eat several nights a week, and we like popcorn. I have found that the organic braggadocio popcorn from McCaskill Family Farms. Look, y'all, some good stuff, non-GMO. This is a 2-pound bag. I buy about 6 of these, you know, ever so often. But I have been buying, in the past, I would buy a 25-pound bag. So I have some vacuum sealed like this, and I also buy some bags of it like this. Sometimes I give one away, whatever. The McCaskills are in Missouri. They raise organic popcorn. They raise basmati rice. We love the nutty flavor of the basmati rice. So again, 25-pound bags of basmati rice, vacuum sealed, put it up. The popcorn, I have some vacuum sealed, but I also buy the smaller bags if somebody comes by and I want to share with them. So the popcorn goes here. Rice here. So I've got about half a thing of rice, but I'm gonna finish adding to it. The other thing I do, and I did not bring enough for all 3, the big container back here is cornmeal. I did not bring any cornmeal out this time. I still have some there, and I want to use most of that up before I add some to it. But these two, this is my grits, this is my corn flour. So you can see I have grits and corn flour that were done in 24. They are vacuum sealed. Yes, I did use the Harvest Right bags this time. They were convenient, handy, so I put them in it. And so now we have our own Danny corn that we made our grits and corn flour from, and cornmeal. Today I'm only adding grits and corn flour to my containers. That one bag fills this. When you jar it a little bit, it will settle. The one whole big bag fit into this. This will go back into my cabinet. And this oatmeal came from Azure Standard, and you can see how pretty the oats are. I mean, it is amazing. It's non-GMO. Look, you can't beat their oatmeal. I'm going to tell you. We've bought it in small bags and in the 25-pound bags. I have no problems. People say you get a lot of stuff in it. Look, I have never gotten more than 1 or 2 pieces of a hull in mine, and I've been ordering for a year. So that is acceptable. You find that in anything, but 99% of what we get never has anything in it. So check out the Azure Standard link below. If you're a new customer, use my link, new 15 for 15% off your first order. All right, that still doesn't bring my rice quite up, but it's closer. Anytime I need rice, I will have rice. We're starting to cook rice. I mean, usually with the basmati, I add it to something at least once a week. So this lasts me a good long time because I only use about a cup of rice once a week. So this is basmati rice, but McCaskill Family Farms has several types of rice: brown rice, white rice, and it is grown in Missouri. Now the popcorn, I didn't bring enough to fill it up. It would take 3 of these bags probably to fill it up, but this is again from McCaskill Family Farms, Braggadocia. It is organic. It also says, of course, gluten-free, but yeah, you know popcorn is. But McCaskill Family Farm in Braggadocia, that's how you spell it, Missouri. And you order from them, tell them Danny and Wanda at Deep South Homestead sent you. We love their popcorn, their rice. They do grits, they do corn flour and cornmeal. You can get everything. You can get popcorn grits and popcorn cornmeal and stuff like that. So check out McCaskill Family Farms in Braggadocia, Missouri, and tell them Danny and Wanda from Deep South sent you. All right, corn flour is something I use regularly because I add it instead of regular flour to a lot of things. It doesn't have that much of a taste. If anything, it has a touch of a sweeter taste than flour does, because flour, basically regular wheat flour, has no taste. I have used corn flour in place of it in desserts and everything else. Not 1-to-1, but adding some when I need to thicken gravies, anything like that. So and just fill this up. And y'all can get the stainless steel funnel at Amazon, y'all. I think I'll put a link. Comes in handy. I love my stainless funnel. These are grits made from Danny corn. We have grits about 3 to 4 times a week, and you can see the difference between the corn flour and the grits. The grits are a little bit bigger grain than the corn flour is a real fine grain, and the cornmeal is a combination of the two that I use to make cornbread. So that fills up our containers. Hope you'll check out the links to Azure and go to McCaskill Family Farms. I'll leave a link to that. Let's go see what Danny's up to.
Chicken butter beans. You know what I like about this?
It's a stand-up planter.
I can stand up and do it. I'm not standing over on top of my head, leaning
There's
over.
one right there.
Oh, I didn't think it was ready, but
It's yellow.
bean didn't feel big enough to me.
These are going to be small. These are all small. These are the little limas. Look at the beans under here.
Yep. I have to admit one thing. It's the first time in my life I've ever stood up to pick butter beans.
Yep.
Usually, you're sitting on a bucket or you're on your knees on the ground, fighting your way along trying to find them. This, my friends,
The way to pick butter beans?
is the way to pick butter beans.
We may have to have some more.
May have to get some more of these beds.
Put up a supply of them for butter beans.
Yeah, I like this.
Not bad.
I like doing it this way.
And these are the little green ones, and they're good, even small. Doesn't matter. But you kind of want them filled out somewhat.
Yeah, you want them filled out. I mean, that's me. I like, when it comes to butter beans, I like butter beans to be filled out.
Now, the ones in the field.
Oh, the ones in the field,
We're
we don't
gonna-
even want to talk about them yet. We got a big surprise coming with them.
We're going to be sitting on a stool, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to be sitting on a stool.
Might not be a lot, but a couple of pickings will be a meal.
Yeah, you do it a couple of times. Just throw them over in a little old Ziploc bag and put them in the
I've
deep
already
freeze.
got a few.
You throw them in the deep freeze, and when it gets to be time, you know, after a couple, 3 pickings.
Might not be a lot of meals off this, but it was an experiment to see how well it would do.
It will work.
And picking wise is amazing.
Oh yeah. Picking is that's the cream of the crop right there now. I like doing it this way.
And they did great, and they still got a lot of blooms on them.
Oh, butter beans is probably just now. Now, I don't know a lot about these little green ones. I'm not a fan of them. Miss Wanda likes them. I always plant those speckled butter beans.
And that's what we got in the field.
Yeah. These here
take a while to mount up
even
because
got
they're
dry
small.
ones.
I got a dry one already?
Yeah, you missing them over. I'm reaching through there picking where you just went.
I was not looking real good.
Evidently not.
But this VEGO, what is this called? Elevated planter?
Elevated planter.
We have a new project for it coming up.
Yeah.
Won't be long.
It won't be long. Well, that depends on how much time I have. Let's put it that way.
A few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks maybe.
Depends on how busy I stay and all that.
We got a new project coming up for.
Right when I think I'm gonna get a break, there's another project.
Yep. This is Miss Wanda project. It ain't a Danny project. It's a Miss Wanda project.
You get over here and make sure you're doing your job right.
So y'all check out the VEGO beds. We have a supply of them all over everywhere, but this one is amazing for picking beans. I'm gonna just tell you.
Yeah. This one, I mean, this is pretty nice.
It's the first time Danny's got to pick beans in my bed.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm pretty interested in it now. I mean, I'm like, I hadn't thought much about standing
Now,
up.
like these, we've got all these, but
I mean,
I don't know why.
This is not bad. You know,
I don't know why, but see, I've planted 3 times in this one. Nothing has came up.
Well, that ain't the only one. Here's one
Here's
here.
another one that nothing came up.
One right
another
here.
one here. 2
Here.
down here.
This.
The ones that did come up are doing okay, but they're all wanting to run like this. Everything we've planted this year is trying to run, and they're not running beans. These are, and then you got these stupid little, what do you call them, leaf cutters?
Leaf cutters.
Doing a damage on my stuff, so I've been taking some of that off.
I think it's about time to take the cucumbers
The
up.
cucumbers need to come down.
I think they've about bit
Now
the
look
dust.
at my tomatoes. I got to get the rest of these
And you know,
out.
it's not that there's something wrong with the soil, because with those other seeds in there, and they just flourish.
Yeah.
I think it was the beans.
Yeah, I do too. But we tried our beans and older beans, and I don't know if any of the older beans came up at all.
Well, they
I'm
were
not-
like 20 years old. So
Yeah, I didn't find any, I don't think, of the older beans that came up. They should just be little teeny plants, and nothing I've seen. Now look at this one. The leaf cutter's just done a number under here.
You know, growing up, that is something we never had.
I've never seen leaf cutters till the last few years.
Last few years, they've showed up, and those chamber bitters, I don't care what you do, them things, I think.
See, I see no, well, now I take it back. Look, well, no, that's not a bean.
No, no.
I don't see any beans coming up from where I planted a few days ago.
beans.
None.
Nope.
So,
Now here's a little bitty one right here. I don't know if that was.
I don't have a clue. Now this one,
let me tell you something. I planted over 10 beans in this the first time I planted it.
Yeah. And look, two,
And I
three.
think 2 or 3 of them come up.
And I planted,
this is a new one here.
I planted twice since he planted. And we've got 1 new bean. That's it. But I'm not sure. You see all these runners? Every bean we've planted this year has had runners to start with, and then they start putting on. I'm not sure why they're running.
You're a mess. You know that?
Because they are all bush beans. Even our yellow wax beans did that. Look at the root nematodes.
Look at that.
So that is not a good thing in this pot.
No wonder we had a problem with our cucumbers this year.
See if the other one's like that. We got to get rid of that. Now how do we get rid of root nematodes? Now that one looks like it's got some...
This one's like it ought to be.
It's got good...
Got a good root system. No issue.
That's the one that was making then. This one was not.
Oh, look at this.
Stink bug?
Whew. Good Lord,
Yeah,
have mercy.
stink bug. Alright, so
Look
check
at
the
that.
other on the other side. One was doing good, one had root nematodes.
It's starting on this one.
So what do you do to kill root nematodes?
Look at that.
Just starting. But it had a good root system.
It had
to
a
start
really
with.
good root system, yeah. So,
Now
well.
that's got to come down. We had a few berries. See? Putting on a new set of berries up there. Our blackberries. We trimmed them all back so they're coming back out again. And they've decided to make.
this is going to be a challenge.
Yep.
Because they have intertwined themselves. Look at
Sweet potato.
sweet potatoes. Well, we're going to have to break them off. I'm sorry.
Put the sweet potato vine up on it and let it go for now. Keep it out of everything else. But I've got to get these tomatoes up potted into something because they're big enough they can be up potted. And let me show them the ones that I up potted a few days ago. Alright, these are the ones that I up potted. They need a little bit of fertilizer added to them, but they're doing really good. They're holding on. The wind's blowing them, so they're getting some stability. And they're outside, so hopefully that'll harden them off really good for being outside because they're going in outside planters.
All right.
And
Well,
he's got all the...
got all the cucumbers down off of there now.
I'm going to start a couple more cucumbers in a pot. And I'm going to do probably the Diva or the
I'm going to check.
Bit Alpha Bit or whatever it was called.
the kind you don't have to have a pollinator.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the pH in that soil right there in that pot that had all the, I don't know if that's clubfoot or nematodes. I don't know which one it was.
And see what this...
I'm going to check the pH in it. The soil has dropped tremendously. I need to add some more soil. The soil that I'm going to be adding has already had lime added to it.
Would
So-
that help if that's the case?
If it's the case, I think it would probably help. Now these, these roots ain't got no problem with them, but
The ones at the back did.